You're saying you can follow my orders. Worthless high school grad.
It was the second-generation president who yelled at me. The president, who studied business at Harvard, always looked down on me, a high school graduate. But sir, this contract is not favorable for them.
What? I'm a Harvard graduate. Are you talking back to me? Also, I'm the president and you're just an employee. Know your place.
It's prestigious. Is graduating from Harvard really that big of a deal? I glared at the president intensely. He seemed displeased by that. He said something unbelievable to me.
What's with that defiant look? Fine. There are plenty of others to replace you. I don't need an incompetent who can follow orders. You're fired.
What?
Oh, you prefer to resign. Saves me money. No need to waste it on a loser.
The president said that, then left the scene laughing loudly, leaving me in astonishment. However, I never dreamed that the president would come crying and apologize to me later on. I'm about to tell the story of how I turned the tables. I am Michael Flores. Maybe I have no special talents, as some would say. I've disliked that part of myself. I was just average in school. And not great at sports. Despite my unremarkable personality, I did have a few friends who got along with me. We used to play card games that were popular at the time. My parents were fishermen on a small boat. They would set out to sea early in the morning, and by the time I returned from school, they would be at home.
I wonder what fish we're having for dinner tonight.
Thinking this, I found no one at home. Were they out shopping? It was strange for both to be gone. The silence at home suddenly filled me with anxiety. That day, they never returned. My peaceful life vanished without a trace. Taken in by my maternal grandparents, I left my hometown, parsing through the harbor. The boat that should have been there was gone, now somewhere at sea, both of them surely. But a few days later, the towed boat returned without their presence. Without a tear for the sudden farewell, I couldn't fully grasp reality. Thus, I left my hometown and started living at my grandparents' place. At the new school, I was surrounded by classmates I didn't know. At first, I was the center of attention, bombarded with all sorts of questions, but as soon as they realized I was just an average kid, they gradually drifted away. I wish we could have bonded over my favorite card game, but it wasn't popular here, and no one had it. Instead, another card game was the rage. I talked to my grandparents. I wanted the new card game. But my grandparents looked bleary and uneasy. Thinking about it now, it makes sense. Considering my future education and living expenses, splurging on such things wasn't practical. Not wanting to burden them, I refrained from insisting. One day my grandfather asked me out for a walk while I was in the house all weekend. Honestly, I wasn't at an age where I could enjoy going for walks, and I didn't expect we would go somewhere I would like. Yet I was bored, so I went out with him. After walking for about 15 minutes, my grandfather stopped in front of an old, unimpressive building. It was Old Town Chess Club. A sign with an old-fashioned font and colors. Who would hang out in a place like this? To my surprise, my grandfather already opened the door.
Hello, John. We've been worried not seeing you around lately.
Been a bit tied up. This is my grandson, Michael. Mind if he joins?
Of course. Come on in.
I said hello and went in. There were about 6 chessboards set up, with people engrossed in their games. I was seated at an empty board, and my grandfather sat across from me. I couldn't see the appeal of such a bland game at first. Ignoring my farts, my grandfather eagerly started explaining the rules. They weren't too complicated. Somehow, I felt like I could beat people around here.
All right, Michael, let's give it a shot.
Okay.
Can I place it anywhere? I proceeded, trying to strategically encircle my opponent. It seemed easy until the mid-game. Slowly, I ran out of good moves, yet I kept pondering and placing my pieces. Then my grandfather made his move.
Oh, that spot was.
I was about to place there. Before I knew it, I was engrossed. Unbeknownst to me, a group of unfamiliar old men had gathered around. After finishing placing the pieces, I pulled them towards my side and counted. I had lost by a narrow margin.
Well, to come close to John like that, you're pretty good. How long have you been playing?
This is my first time.
First time. That's amazing.
Well, not really. I lost, after all.
Well done.
Even comforted like that, I was still frustrated. I had underestimated it. This simple-looking game. I never thought I'd lose to the elderly, but I did.
He's my grandson, you know. We're living together now.
That day, I was treated very kindly. Some people gave me snacks and juice, and I was welcomed. Because of that, I got totally hooked on chess. Initially, I looked forward to the weekends when my grandfather would take me. But eventually, I started going there alone after school. I became a regular at the chess club. Playing against others, I realized that my grandfather had been going easy on me. It turns out he's pretty good at chess. The people around were strong, too, and I struggled even with their allowances. I often lost, but occasionally winning made each game just the right amount of challenging. I couldn't wait to show up at the chess club. One day after school. As usual, I left school to head to the chess club. All right, today I'm going to really impress everyone. Someday, I'll even beat my grandfather. As I went through the school gate in high spirits, I realized I had left something behind. On my way back to the classroom, I passed by a girl. Pretty sure that's Betty Clark. She is a modest and quiet girl. I rarely see her hanging out with others. Never mind. I grabbed my forgotten item and quickly left school. Then, there was Patty, walking ahead of me. She seemed lonely. I remembered feeling lonely myself once. Now I have the chess club, so it doesn't bother me much. I felt a bit sorry for her. Gathering my courage, I spoke up.
Well, hey.
Patty turned around in surprise.
What? Nothing. I was just heading out to hang out. Wanna come along?
What are you playing with?
I've got a usual spot. I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
Okay, just for a bit then.
I took her to the chess club. Arriving in front of the chess club, she looked puzzled.
Here.
Oh, right. I felt the same when I first came.
Yep, this is it. Hello there.
I cheerfully opened the door and greeted.
Hello, Michael. We've been waiting. Oh, a friend?
Yo, this is Patty from my class. Can we use that chessboard?
Sure, of course.
I sat her down opposite me and carefully explained the rules.
I can place it anywhere, right?
Exactly. Let's give it a try.
We started placing our pieces. Soon enough, a crowd gathered around us. She seemed focused, intently studying the board. We finished placing the last pieces. I honestly didn't expect her to be so good. I lost by a narrow margin.
Well, beating Michael. How long have you been playing?
It's my first time.
First time. That's impressive.
Michael, you were going easy on me, right?
I wasn't holding back. I was totally serious.
I'm so frustrated. I thought I could win.
Watching me sulk, she and everyone else laughed. After that, she started showing up at the chess club about twice a week. She had tutoring or private lessons, so she couldn't come as often as I did. My visits to the chess club didn't stop, even in middle school, and by then I was playing seriously against everyone. I often troubled the skilled old men there. When I first beat my grandfather, the whole chess club celebrated. One of the old men ordered pizza, and we toasted with juice and beer, a fond memory. I wanted to play chess more seriously. Eventually, with encouragement from those around me, I aimed to become a professional player. Those were fun times, but the dream was cut short. In my sophomore year of high school, during the winter, it was a morning with piercing cold winter air. My grandfather collapsed and was taken away by an ambulance. Then, he passed away. My grandmother remained strong.
It was a good life. He enjoyed playing chess with Michael, surrounded by friends, sleeping so peacefully.
At the funeral, my grandmother said that, but contrary to her words, she seemed to be crying. My grandmother never mourned in front of me, but she also fell ill in the shock of his death. She had raised me this far. I was the only one who could take care of her. I couldn't just talk about becoming a chess player anymore. I was encouraged to continue my education, but I needed to work and earn money. I graduated from high school and immediately looked for a job. I was hired by a company that was a friend of my grandparents.
Your grandfather, John, was a big help to us. Come work with us.
Louis, whom I had seen several times at the chess club, turned out to be the president. The company was a wholesale distributor dealing mainly in everyday goods. The staff treated me well.
Despite being young, you're quite mature. You know your manners and are pleasant to talk to. You're hardworking.
I started in an office role, handling paperwork, but due to my reputation, I was moved to sales department. Louis said, sales is hard, so do the paperwork, but he got everyone's opinion and said, then do your best, and he backed me up. I was taken around by our business partners, gradually learning the ropes of the job.
Are you new? You're pretty composed for your age.
Yes, thank you. I look forward to working with you.
I hope we will do good business together.
Everyone at the business partners was kind, saying nice things. You've got a good one here. We can trust you with responsibilities. They complimented me, and some even increased the variety of products they handled in their stores. I felt fortunate. With no special skills, just trying hard, it's overwhelming how much support I've received. I worked hard to meet everyone's expectations. I would rush to any call, no matter how minor, and always tried to meet in person for confirmation, even for matters that could be handled over the phone. This approach was valued, and it led to me accompanying a colleague on a sales visit. It was a company that I had been approaching for a long time, but never got through to a deal. It was a large account, and I understood the change would be significant for them. The product would cost slightly more, but the quality was much better. The client's president seemed to understand that. I learned this from my senior, and after a few minutes of waiting in the client company's reception room.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Seeing the president enter while saying that, I was surprised. Clark.
Really? Michael, is that you?
It was Patty's father. He was good at chess too. We mostly talked about chess whenever we met at the club. I knew he was a president somewhere, but I had no idea he was the president of the major company Railix we were dealing with.
Been playing chess recently. Haven't seen you for a while.
Yes, I'd love to play again sometime. Ignoring my senior for a while, we got carried away talking about chess. Noticing my senior quietly listening, Clark and I quickly snapped back to reality and started the business discussion.
Sorry, we were here for business, weren't we?
We both could get lost in chess.
I've been considering it for a while.
Clark was hesitant about my senior's proposal. I boldly suggested, what if we display our products alongside the existing ones, Ryan, and for a while, our company could cover the increased cost.
That's an idea.
My senior showed hesitation. Clark, I think it's best when the customers who come to the store are happy, even if it costs a bit more, like 10 cents. Better quality is preferable. Maybe that's why some customers are going to other stores, but with our products, they will be pleased.
Well, the quality is indeed better, but it's a hassle to display them in the store.
If that's the case, Ryan and I can help. We'll deliver the stock to each store and arrange it without disrupting other products. My senior was surprised at my suggestion.
Hey, wait a minute.
We'll monitor the sales and customer feedback for a while, and if it doesn't work out, we'll withdraw. Please consider it.
All right then.
Thank you, Ryan. Our job now is to go back to the office and make a direct appeal to Lewis. It's our task to get his approval.
Right. Let's do it. If we get scolded, I'll handle it. I'll persuade Lewis. May we have some of your time?
If you're that dedicated, I'll look forward to it. I knew you were lively and energetic at chess, but you're really living up to that.
Thank you. I'll excuse myself for now.
Next time we meet at the chess club, I'd like to have a match with you.
Yes, I'd love that. We rushed to consult with our president. While he pondered, he agreed that if the deal could be initiated, there might be other benefits, and gave his approval. Then we received a call from Clark.
No need for compensation or arrangement. Just place the order.
My senior and I were thrilled.
It's all thanks to you, Michael. Never thought you'd manage to convince that president. That's impressive.
Our president was pleased.
You've always had a way with people, even from a young age. Everyone here, including myself, really likes you.
I might never have had any real friends before. Now, I feel so valued by everyone around me. It was incredibly gratifying. The president gave me a managerial position. I don't quite feel like a manager yet. Still young and learning from my seniors. Lewis told me to show some initiative in my decisions, but he's a kind-hearted president. He knew about my grandmother and probably showed some leniency. I worked even harder to meet his expectations. The number of clients gradually increased, and the company's performance slowly improved. The realization that my achievements were benefiting everyone brought me joy. In the midst of those days, there was an announcement that the president would be changing. I heard that Louis' health was not good. I was a bit worried about his occasional dry cough, and it seems he has collapsed. The second generation will be taken over by Louis' son. He was surprisingly a Harvard graduate and had studied business management. I wonder what kind of person he is. There was an inauguration speech gathering everyone at the company.
I will serve as the president in place of my father. I studied business administration to grow and strengthen our company. From now on, we will operate according to my policies.
He seemed pretty strict. Well, I should just do my best with what I can. That was my mindset. About a month after the president change, there were no major changes initially, but gradually, the new president started visiting the site and office more frequently. He would watch everyone's work with a stern expression. Honestly, it didn't feel great. One day, he approached me.
You're young. How old are you?
I'm 29 years old.
A year younger than me. Which college did you?
I didn't go to college because...
You have a high school diploma.
Well, I had to give up on going to college because of certain circumstances.
What? Unbelievable. A manager who hasn't even been to college.
Peter put his hand on his forehead and shook his head.
Something must be off with my father's judgment. What can you even do?
I'm currently focusing on sales. My only strength is chess.
My father used to play chess, too. Got in through that connection, huh? He might have liked you, but things won't be the same now. I'm the president, and you'll follow my orders.
Yes, I fully understand. I will continue to do my best.
Then, bring in a contract under these terms.
Peter handed me a draft with unreasonable terms, purely favoring our company's interests. A proposal solely focused on our company's profits. This is impossible.
I said you need to follow, right?
Such unreasonable terms. With this, we can't compete with other companies, nor make the customers happy. Given a week's deadline, I was at a loss. It's not about being parsible, or not. If I pleaded, surely some deals would be made. However, it would tarnish the trust we've built up until now. It would sadden the connections I've made through work. I struggled with this. I am aware of my role in the company. Still, I couldn't endorse this contract. As I kept telling myself tomorrow before I knew it, the deadline was upon me. I hadn't even taken the documents out of my bag.
What's wrong, Michael? You don't seem yourself.
While delivering a new product quote to Rayex, Clark expressed concern. It's nothing, just...
What's up? You seem troubled. If you want, share it with me. I can help.
I hesitated. But hiding it might offend him. I took the documents from my bag and showed them to Clark.
I see. You've been given an unreasonable task. All right. If signing this will help you, Michael, let's do it. We always get good products from you.
My heart clenched. Without even asking why, he was ready to agree to such a clearly disadvantageous contract. I lowered the documents Clark was looking at and put them back in my bag. No, please forget it. This is an internal issue. I can't trouble you with this. I'll handle it myself.
Is that so? I remember you saying something similar when you first came here, about negotiating directly with the president. It was impressive and reassuring. In a world obsessed with profit, It's rare to find such a genuine young man. Keep it up, Michael. I'm rooting for you.
Thank you. Clark's words uplifted me. Right. I have so many people supporting me. There was no need to hesitate. Such a contract was absurd. I returned to the office with renewed determination. I'm back. Just then, Peter arrived.
Oh, did you manage to secure that contract?
No, I couldn't close any deals with that contract. Instead, we got an order based on this new quote. I showed him the initial order form written by the president today.
What are you thinking? Your job is to make money from wherever you can, not to keep the old man happy.
That's just it. I can't possibly.
Can't do it, huh? A high school graduate with no better sense saying you can't. Can't even do the job of buttering up the old man. You're useless employees. From tomorrow, you don't need to go out anymore. Just stay here. I'll find some menial tasks for you.
What about the handover?
Don't talk back. Harvard grad versus high school grad, president versus employee. Know who's superior. There are plenty of others to replace you. I use those who can perform. It's meritocracy. Sales that don't bring in money are just a waste of expenses. Got it?
After that, I was ordered to stay by Peter's side. The job was like being a servant. Sent on trivial errands, waiting in line at popular lunch spots. Of course, I was not invited to join in. If Peter had a meeting, I was to follow with the documents. Just handing out these pieces of paper to me, Peter had his hands stuffed in his pocket. Arriving at the meeting room, he'd roughly take the documents and order me to wait outside until finished. Days like this continued. It was like living in hell.
Well, do you get it now?
Get what?
Don't you understand yet? Let me simplify it for you. What are customers?
Well, they are important people.
Run. Let me give you a hint. This is business, get it?
Important people we connect with through work.
No, you're missing the point. It's money, isn't it? Ultimately, it's all about money.
I was shocked. Sure, money is important, but it's not everything. We're not starving to death. We should support each other and live peacefully. I disagree. I don't want to do that. I can't support such a view.
Have you ever heard of survival of the fittest? In the end, the strong prevail. Those who can earn money are the strong. If you don't get that, just disappear. There's no job for you here, just an incompetent who got in through nepotism. Oh, and of course, you're resigning on your own, right? No need to waste money on a loser.
I needed to earn money for my grandmother's hospital bills. But I couldn't hold back any longer. I don't need your money. I'm done with this company. Tears started to flow, inexplicably. The previous president who hired me right after high school graduation. The seniors who were kind to me. The clients who were friendly and sometimes counseled me. Their faces came to mind, and suddenly Peter was no longer in my sight.
Trying to act tough but crying, pathetic. Get out right now.
I turned away, ignoring everyone's concerned looks, and left the company. I headed to the hospital where my grandmother was staying. Washing my face in the restroom, I hid my tears. Then I went to my grandmother's room. She looked better. You look well today.
Oh, aren't you supposed to be at work today?
Well, I'm done for today. I sat next to her. Actually, I quit my job today. It was a good company you referred me to. I'm sorry. My grandmother, with a faraway look as if seeing through everything, slowly began to speak.
I'm sorry, Michael. I've made you endure so much. I haven't been able to do anything for you, just causing you trouble.
That's not true. You raised me through tough times and even helped me get a job. I've always been grateful, and I still am.
Michael, live the way you want. Do what you want to do. That would make me the happiest. Your grandfather always said the same. He regretted making you endure so much and wanted you to enjoy what you love in the future. Forget about work sometimes and enjoy life, or you'll end up like me soon.
Grandmother said with a bit of jest. You're right. Life is only once, after all. Enjoy what I love. I've been all about work for so long. I have some savings, so I won't be in trouble right away. What I want to do. Thanks, I feel better now. Maybe I'll go for a little walk. I left the hospital and started walking. As I walked the familiar path, it gradually turned into a nostalgic one. It's a road I don't usually take, but one I often walked in the past. Passing the elementary school and going a bit further, there was the chess club. The same old chess club from back then. It hadn't changed at all, still looking as old-fashioned as ever. I opened the door of the chess club for the first time in a long while.
Hello? Oh, is that you, Michael? Good to see you. Come in, come in.
It's been a while. I'm just visiting.
Hey everyone, Michael's here.
At his call, a group of old men gathered around. What have you been up to? Been well? They pulled me in front of the chessboard.
Then, let me play with you. Among us here, I'm the best player.
Next, it's my turn.
You won't be leaving today, right, Michael?
While saying that, the old man handed me a drink. Still treating me like a kid. I thanked him and took a sip of juice. Well, it tasted like coming home. The slight saltiness might have been the taste of my tears. I wiped my eyes with a handkerchief, faced my opponent, and picked up a game piece. Then I placed it on the board. This repetition somewhat eased my mind. It seems my skills hadn't dulled. Playing solidly, I managed to win 2 games in a row.
Isn't that Michael? Let's have a game.
It was Clark. He seemed to have just arrived, loosening his tie and stuffing it in his pocket. Let's play. Facing each other after a long time. Clark was a tough opponent. I was struggling.
What's wrong, Michael? Your play used to be free and confident, but now it seems so restrained.
A sharp sound made me involuntarily react. Oh, number that spot. The board seemed familiar. Yes, it was like the time I first beat my grandfather. But now I was in my grandfather's position. This way, it's going to be tough. I had to place in a difficult spot.
What's wrong? You look so gloomy playing.
The piece landed with a snap. Drops of water started to fall onto the board. It was tracing down my cheek and falling. And without stopping, they hit the board.
What's going on?
Am I wrong about something? I confessed about being fired from the company. I felt guilty for bringing up such a sad story to people who came to enjoy chess. But I couldn't stop it.
I see. So that happened. Michael, leave it to me. I have a good idea.
The next day, I got a call from Peter.
Michael, is your break over? Can you come back to the company and work in sales?
From the other end of the phone, his voice sounded creepily soothing. I've already resigned. Didn't you tell me to leave as well?
That was just a figure of speech. I knew your capabilities. Maybe you just needed to change your approach.
Either way, I can no longer follow the company's sales strategy. I already said I'm stepping down.
Don't say that. Help me out. They say they won't deal with us unless you're here. And it's not just 1 or 2 clients. Even the largest company. Without you, we're in trouble. You understand, right?
His voice now sounded desperate. No, I won't return. I'll submit my resignation later.
What? I'm asking you, what did you do? Is this some kind of cowardice? Did you secretly do something? Bribes? Did you sell information to others?
I was astounded. How easily he could change his tone of voice. Excuse me, I'm busy. Disgusted, I hung up the phone. Now, I just wanted to play chess. My form had completely returned. Playing as I pleased, winning comfortably. It was a streak of victories. Everyone I met wanted to play with me. It looked like it would take days to play against everyone. It was getting dark outside, and this might be the last game of the day. We shook hands across the chessboard. As I was about to make a move, the door burst open with force. I thought I heard the shop owner calling for a halt, followed by heavy footsteps. Turning around, it was Peter.
I finally found you.
Then he knelt down on the spot.
Please come back to the company, I beg you.
He begged me to come back to the company. I won't return.
Please, I'll offer money, a higher position, anything. Without you, our company is finished. Please.
From someone sitting next to me, a voice chimed in.
Isn't this rather abrupt and out of place?
Her voice, too refined for the old chess club, filled the air. She is tall and looks good with long hair with her forehead exposed. Peter looked up in surprise.
And you are?
The daughter of Ray Lex's president. Why?
Oh, you're a goddess. Could you please persuade your father to resume business with us? I'm begging you. Actually, the employee handling our sales suddenly left without any handover. We'll definitely offer something in return.
Peter begged again. But it was a futile effort. When I shamefully cried in front of Clark, she was there, too. Reflecting on it, she was the first and last person I brought to this chess club. We often played chess together, and her father became a regular visitor. Curious about where his daughter frequented, he visited the unassuming chess club. It turned out he loved chess, too, and I played more games with him than with Patty. She was the link between Clark and me. Clark brought various people to play with me. And as my winning streak grew, he suggested I could turn professional. Word of my skill spread, and people came to play through Clark's reference. I never lacked opponents. Then, when my grandfather fell ill, my visits became less frequent. Once things settled with my grandmother, I started visiting the chess club weekly. Patty would occasionally come, and we'd play chess together. She is polite and quiet. She was so reserved that it was surprising she intervened in the conversation. But her intervention was more than just that.
Louis, was it? I heard the former president was a wonderful man, but it seems the successor is quite the liar.
No way. I'm not lying. You tell them too.
I sighed. What do you want me to say? You don't have any credibility. There's no way I can return.
That's right. What terrible things you did to Michael.
She raised her voice.
Such a smart and trustworthy person, and you prefer money, don't you? How could I send Michael back to someone like you?
Send back. He's just unemployed. Right, Michael? Without a job, you'll need money, won't you? I'll offer better terms. Look, your grandmother is in the hospital, right? I'll cover all her expenses. How about that, huh?
No, I'm not unemployed. I'm currently with Raylux. Clark invited me, and it was a generous offer. I would work only 3 days a week, and the rest of the time I could play chess and perhaps aim to become a professional. I hesitated, wondering if I should take advantage of his kindness. I've grown up. I'm not the child who depended on my grandparents anymore.
Live doing what you love. Grandpa and Grandma, both of us will be happy because of that.
My grandmother had said in the hospital. Grandmother, I want to play chess. I want to follow my dream that I gave up once again. I graciously accepted Clark's offer.
If you become a professional, please let my company sponsor you. Though you can work if you want. It must have been hard before. Now I'm with you, so go ahead and take the challenge.
Clark went as far as to say that it wasn't just superficial talk. Those were words filled with genuine emotion, truly heartfelt. A few months later, Peter ended up bankrupting the company. Without any employees to support him, no remaining business partners, and not even a whisper of rumors, the company quietly went under. According to rumors, the unpopular Peter is burdened with debt, eking out a living with day-to-day odd jobs. It's quite ironic, considering he was supposed to have studied business at Harvard. I went out for sales visits on the 3 days a week I didn't play chess. Thanks to my connections and referrals, I managed to secure a fair amount of contracts even with just 3 days of work each week. I felt obliged not to rely too much on the company. I worked hard at sales, making up for the limited number of days I was out in the field.
Indeed, my judgment was right about you. Your past performance was excellent, probably because of your character. You have a way of making people feel good. I'm proud to have insisted on hiring you.
Clark was genuinely happy about my joining the company. The employment offer was good and came with a condition. It was Patty Clark. I was to be her chess teacher.
How is Patty's skill? I think she's doing well.
Yes, her play is straightforward and serene. It's captivating, and before I know it, she's taken the advantage. Quite nerve-wracking.
So that's it. Ho, what are you staring at?
No, I meant her playing style.
Oh, just kidding. I'm counting on you in the future too.
After today's match with Patty, I headed her way. We faced each other and shook hands, and the game began. The sound of pieces clicking in place echoes. Perhaps here, I think, as I place a piece. In her next move, she clearly made a mistake. Yet, her fingers hadn't left the piece. Her slender, graceful fingers remained on it, hovering. When I looked up, puzzled, she was staring intently at me. I caught my breath, feeling a sudden thrill. It was as if time had stopped.
Your turn.
Oh, sorry. Let me see. I looked back at the board. She shifted her finger and placed the piece elsewhere. It was on the right corner star, where I had laid the groundwork with my piece. She placed hers right next to it, on the small point. It wasn't like her usual moves, but it was a good one, Perhaps this game was. She was still staring at me as I pondered unusually long. I've lived a life constantly helped by others, feeling I had no particular talent. But now I understand. Being good at studies, sports, or having money might be good. I think there's something more important to cherish. Being trusted by others. What can I do, and how should I be for this purpose? Reflecting on this naturally leads me to the answer within myself. Being sincerely honest, as naturally as breathing, is key. It is important to respond to the feelings of people who trusted you. I've reached this point thanks to everyone's support. And there's still much more to life ahead. I'd like my wedding near the ocean in the future. Preferably, at a place where I can see the sea from my hometown. Maybe then, my father and mother would come to see it too.